I never believed in cursed places until I stood at the edge of Overtoun Bridge. It's an old stone arch tucked into the Scottish countryside, the kind of place that looks serene in photographs. But I hadn't driven all the way there for scenery. I came because of the stories. For decades, locals whispered about the dogs. Not one or two, but hundreds of them. Happy, healthy dogs who, for reasons no one could explain, leapt from the same spot on the bridge to their deaths. I thought it was just folklore, an exaggeration that grew with time. That arrogance is what made me bring Max, my Labrador. I told myself I'd see nothing strange, just an ordinary walk across a damp old bridge. But the air felt wrong the moment I stepped onto the stone. The countryside had been alive with sound only moments before. Birds, distant traffic, the wind pushing through the trees. Yet on the bridge, everything fell silent. It was the kind of silence that makes your skin crawl, like someone's holding their breath right behind you. Max noticed it too. 1 second he was wagging, nose to the ground, tail up. The next, his ears pricked and his body stiffened. He stared at the wall of the bridge, growling low, muscles straining as if he saw something I couldn't. I followed his gaze into the misty gorge below, but there was nothing, just damp rock, wild brush, and shadows clinging to the edges of the woods. Then, without warning, Max lunged. His leash ripped against my wrist as he tried to throw himself over the edge, claws scraping stone, his body thrashing like he was fighting me rather than trusting me. The strength in him was terrifying. His eyes weren't his anymore, wild, glassy, almost pleading. I wrapped the leash around my arm and hauled him back with every ounce of strength I had. He let out a sound I'll never forget, somewhere between a howl and a scream, before collapsing onto the path, trembling and foaming at the mouth. My heart raced so hard, I thought I'd black out. For the first time since I owned him, I was afraid of my own dog. Later, I read everything I could find. Scientists say maybe it's the scent of mink, or how the stone bridge amplifies sound waves, confusing the dog's senses. But none of that explains the identical spot where it always happens, or why the animals seem possessed by something they can't resist. The villagers had darker theories. They spoke of Overtoun as a thin place, where the boundary between this world and the next grows weak. Some even said the bridge feeds, luring the most innocent among us to cross willingly into whatever waits below. That night, Max wouldn't leave my side. He didn't eat, didn't sleep, just sat by the door with his ears raised, staring at nothing. And when I finally dozed off, I dreamed I was back on that bridge, the mist curling around me, and a voice whispering softly from below, calling my name this time, not his.